Good afternoon, sweet ladies. Thank you for joining us in Far Above Rubies this first day of May as we dive right into selected Psalms. Now, we've done Psalms once before, and so you'll see us skip around a little in chapters, but I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do. Psalms always encourages me, uplifts me, even when David has a little bit of a hard time and his heart is poured into a psalm. I can still relate to that. I can relate to the human emotions involved in these passages. Today's reading passage is going to be Psalms chapter 4, and in the middle of this chapter, there's a verse that says this. The New Living Translation is what I'm using, okay? It says, "Don't sin by letting anger control you. Instead, think about it overnight and remain silent." Okay, am I the only one whose mother said if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all? It's scriptural, okay? What David is telling us here, what the psalmist is telling us here is anger is a natural part of life. There are going to be times, whether it's just because an appliance in your house isn't functioning right and it makes you angry and you want to kick your refrigerator or your dishwasher, or somebody cuts you off on the road going down the highway, or your child has said mama for the 9,000th time in an hour. Whatever it is, it's very human to feel the emotion of anger. However, as a Christian, spirit-filled woman, it is not natural for us to allow that anger to control us. Instead, the Spirit of God inside of us can quiet that anger, can control our mouth and tongue if we allow it to. If we can bow our heads in a moment of anger and say, "Lord, help me right now. I'm angry and I need your help." That sounds crazy, but I tell you what, I do it on a regular basis. I have to bow my head when I feel that emotion creep in and say, "Jesus, I need your help. Help me to be patient with others as you are patient with me. Help me to show compassion as you show compassion daily to me." So the psalmist is telling us here that we are able to be in control of that emotion. And he gives us a couple of good pieces of advice. And one is to think about it overnight. Impulse control is what the psalmist is talking about here. Impulse control. We apply that sort of thing to shopping habits. We say, think about it. And if you still really, really want it, then maybe you can go and get it later, tomorrow, the next day. Well, David is saying, don't act impulsively. When you get angry, he's saying, let that anger quiet down overnight. Things look a lot better when you've gotten a little rest, when you've taken a step back from a situation. If you are in such a hurry to respond to an action that made you angry, you are likely going to respond in the wrong way. Calm down, get some perspective, sleep on it, step back from the situation, breathe, seek counsel, get into some prayer time, get into the Word. It's really hard to be angry with someone or about something when you have prayed for that person or about that situation. It's hard. We can still feel hurt by the situation after prayer, but it's very, very hard to stand in the presence of God and still feel angry. Okay? And the last piece of wisdom that the psalmist offers us here is to remain silent. If you're not sure that what you're going to say is going to come out in a good spirit, if you know what you want to say would not come out in a good spirit, remain silent. Bite your tongue. Swallow those words. It's better to swallow them before they ever come out than it is to have to swallow them later and apologize for them. Ladies, the best thing you can do, Proverbs talks about it a lot, is to be quiet when you're not sure. It says that a fool will ramble on endlessly and without wisdom, without direction, without rhyme or reason, but that a wise person will listen much more than he speaks. And we should always apply that to our lives. We should always listen more than we speak. We should always close our mouths and be quiet. Be silent. If we're feeling anger, if we're feeling impulsive, if we're agitated, irritated, we need to be silent. You ever heard that God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth so that you could listen twice as much as you speak? Don't sin by letting anger control you. Sleep on it. Think on it overnight and be silent. Okay? Go read Psalms chapter 4. Thank you for being here today. Go find a friend that you want to come and join us and grow with us daily in the Word. This next month will be the book of Psalms, and then we've got some exciting things coming up in the next couple of months. If no one's told you lately, you are loved and you are cherished. You are so terribly valuable. You have immeasurable worth, and that worth is far above rubies. I do want to quickly say the videos have been playing upside down for some people and not for others. I apologize that this is happening. I have not yet figured out the source of the problem since it's only happening for some people, but I will be doing my best to figure it out. So if I'm upside down, just flip me around. You can turn the lock on your screen on and you can turn me around the right way, okay? But I will be trying to figure that problem out. I love you all. God bless you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.